Hi, everyone. If you read the directions for today's assignment, you know that it asked you to preview the assignment or just kind of click through the slides and look at what it's asking you to do prior to watching this video. So if you have not done that, could you please press pause, go back, just take a quick look through that assignment, those slides, see what it's talking about and referencing. So when you come back and watch this video, it helps you. All right. So if you did preview the assignment, you're going to notice that the first two slides just give you lots of information. Make sure you read through them and that you do so carefully and you know what it's asking and telling you. If you don't, message me at any time. I'm more than happy to help you. You're going to notice that one of your slides has you placing I think it's about 12 numbers on a number line. Your number line looks like this. It starts with 3, it ends with 4, and there's a lot of hash marks in between. What do those hash marks in between represent? Those are tenths places. So it starts at the number 3, it ends at the number 4. This is 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6, 3.7, 3.8, 3.9, and then 4. That will help with your accuracy because you have I believe it's about 12 numbers that you're putting on one number line. You're going to have to be very accurate and know which place values are greater than others. Another aspect of this assignment asks you to round things to the hundredths place. So let's take a look at where the hundredths place is. If it ends in THS, we're talking about after the decimal point. So the first place after the decimal point is your tenths place. Second place is your hundredths. Third is your thousandths. So we're rounding. So we want 2 places after our decimal point. Okay. So when you're doing this and you have these non-terminating, non-repeating decimals that go on forever and ever, I want you to keep any number prior to the decimal point, but then stop it 3 places after. So if you had, say, the square root of 10, and it's 3.162277666, so on and so forth, I want you to just write it down on your paper or in your Google slide as 3.162, because that taking it out to the thousandths place will help us round it to the hundredths place, which is what this slide is going to talk to us about. So I just took a number, 6.378, and that takes me, the 3 is in the tenths, the 7 is the hundredths, the 8 is in the thousandths, but I want to round it to the nearest hundredths, so 2 decimal places after the decimal point. So here's just kind of a quick way to help us do this. Underline the digit in the given place, so it's a hundredths place, so I'm going to underline the 7. Circle the number to its right. To the right, it's an 8. Because 8 is more than 5, we add 1 to that number in the hundredths place, or that number you underlined. So that 7 is going to now become an 8. When rounding decimals, delete all digits to the right of the given place. So if I'm rounding to the hundredths place, I am deciding if I am going to bump it up 1, if the number to the right of it is a 5, 6, 7, 8, or leave it alone if the number to the right of it is a 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. But when I round it, it's only going to end up being 2 places. So the 6.378 ended up just 6.38. This should be review. You've been rounding decimals for years. Just wanted to give you a quick review. Now, back to slide 3. Let's talk now that we're rounding how to take the square root of 10 and where to place it here. So if I take the square root of 10, easiest thing to do is use your calculator. Square root of 10 is 3.16227766, and it continues on. Where am I going to place it on here? Best thing to do is round it to the hundredths place. So write down 3.162 on a piece of paper. Underline the 6 because it's in the hundredths place. Look to the right. It's a 2. Because it's less than 5, it's not going to bump up the 6. So I'm going to take square root of 10. I'm going to estimate it to be about 3.16. So you're going to look at your number line. Here, I know it's going to fall between 3 and 4. But if it's 3.16, that means it's 3.1 would be right after the 3. And approximate. You can't just throw it anywhere in between here. If needed, think about where the half mark is, 3.5. And relate it that way. You have to be very accurate when you are placing things on your number line. Remember, you're going to have, I believe it's about 12 numbers that you were doing. So there's going to be many, many, many on there. You have to be very careful. All right. As always, message me with any questions.